Yo, what's the name of the podcast?
Trash Talk Experience.
I bet. Welcome to the Trash Talk Experience.
Hello, and welcome back to the Trash Talk Experience. I'm your host, Dort. Finally without the trash that was A-Bob. He's gone. We got rid of him.
Get out of here.
Shut the hell with his best podcast
Why
now
do
already.
we do the same thing every single week? We Dort talks trash about A-Bob.
Well,
Then we ask, how are you? Let's address elephant.
Bro, let's just have a podcast that doesn't mention A-Bob, please.
Let's go.
All right, so welcome back to the Trash Talk Experience. We've got 3 people on today. We got me, Dort. Who else do we have?
Son.
And Mosh.
Wait, what? Do we have someone called Mosh on the pod?
Yo, let's go, Mosh. Why have you not been on podcast?
That's crazy.
Let's address this just straight away.
Look, he's throwing out disses right now, and he's gonna feel real bad in a second. Like, let me talk about how my experience has been over the past couple of weeks, right? So, I listen to the pods I'm not on. I do. And I can probably count about 2 or 3 pods in the past month or so where I've just been disrespected, so to speak. And
yeah, you should be.
No, listen.
listening,
Let me talk. All right. And it's disappointing, this group of guys. I know we have the banter and stuff like that, but it comes to a point where you just need to relax because
I cut it down too much. Is it?
What?
Is it too much banter?
Let me speak my heart. I'm trying to speak my heart here.
Let's
right?
get angry again.
And I feel like all this slander and nonsense and disrespect, right, is making this group go further away from me, and you guys are getting closer, and I'm like all of a sudden being really distant in the background.
I agree.
And it's just uncomfortable because I feel like you guys are getting really, really close, and it's getting to the point where you guys are
Oh my god. Is this your story?
What?
Is this your whole reason?
No, let's go.
No.
Back on track.
Sorry, that cut out a bit. What I was meant to say is you guys are getting really sick.
Ah, yes.
And I don't want to be around you guys.
Yes.
And I don't want to be around you guys getting COVID and stuff.
Shut the hell up. That's such a... Oh my god.
Man, I just want to say I reeled you in all the way.
No, I was expecting, yeah. Well, I knew because you told us before. You're like, I got a story to tell you why I haven't been on the pod. And we were expecting Jenny. He's like, I want to say it on the pod. So I knew it was bullshit.
I hyped it up so much that even one of our close friends messaged me and is like, oh, I heard you got some news on the pod, bro.
Stop.
I ain't tell him shit.
There's no way. This comes on par with Sun's story about the COVID test and the fact that he saw an Indian person turn into a white man.
See, so me and Mosh were in it together, and he had a much better plan than what he did it just now.
What was the plan?
So he was gonna make a really awkward laugh, just saying how he was sick.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to get exposed to us, but then he did not do the awkward laugh.
Oh my god. Nice.
It's like nothing.
This is
Can we start over again?
Execution could have been better.
This is the story of our podcast.
But, wait, on a real, these guys have been slandering me nonstop. Even effing M. Last podcast
Yeah.
goes F Mosh.
Yeah, no, fair enough though.
What did I ever do to her?
No, in fairness,
Please.
a lot of people have said she's one of our best guests so far, so I think we should respect what she had to say.
No, F her.
No.
By a lot of people, do you mean 5 years or 6 years we have now?
Bro, 4 at max. Guys, please, if you are listening to this, make sure you do catch us on Instagram. No, where do we know? We don't even do Instagram. We do Spotify, Google Play, Google Podcast. I don't know. A-Bob does all this stuff. It's not my forte. You know where to catch us. Listen to us. Oh, I get it. If you want to find out where you can listen to us, listen to other episodes, and then you'll be able to find out. But make sure you listen to all of them and just keep listening, and then boost our views up.
Hey guys, I just want to add quickly. I'm glad I was able to make it out today. The front of my house, the cement actually dried up.
Yeah. It actually dried up.
I was able to walk out and come to the pod today. So I just want to thank God for that, and really, I'm blessed to be here.
Well, nice to have you here.
Good to have you. Actually, it is good to have you. It's good to have an unfamiliar face around here. You look quite different. It's been a fair few years since you.
Unfamiliar face because all you do is suck my dick.
And what was that first part you were going to say why you didn't come? Because we're what?
That's my point.
Anyway, today on the podcast, we have not gone into it, but today we've got a couple of segments to talk about. We got obviously The question segment should be at the end. That's one of our favorites. But we got most of the podcast will be focusing on like current news things. But at the beginning, we're going to be talking about food, about picky eaters and the idea of we
Why
are what we
food?
eat.
This is a question I had for myself because, like, why do we eat food? And I was like, what the hell, like, man,
Why do we eat food?
tastes good. That's why.
You think?
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
not. It's not the fuel, or the nutrients, or the sustenance.
Honestly, I don't care about it, bro.
It's not the
Like,
bulk
it's like-
season?
it's just- nah.
It's fair. It's fair. They say you can last on like without food for 2 weeks. So technically, but like we don't really need food, right? We eat it purely because it tastes good.
So I have this colleague, he just eats one meal a day, which is something I tried it for like some time, but he literally implements it for like last 10, 15 years now.
Right.
And he's not fat, so it's like it does work for him. And he drinks like, who drinks more, like pigs or whatever?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an animal that drinks a lot.
Yeah. So he drinks heaps, like, he drinks like a madman, and like on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he would eat whatever.
Right.
But like during Monday to Friday, he would.
Oh, right. So it's not like 7 days a week
No,
thing.
it's like 4 days a week.
Yeah.
He would just eat one meal a day. It made me realize, like, if you don't appreciate food for what it is, like it's a fuel, but it's something that helps you out with, like, obviously makes you feel better.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah. It's mental fuel as well, though.
Exactly.
I feel like it's more mental fuel than actual physical fuel. Like if I eat a specific type of food, I'll be way more ready for my day or way more ready for a situation mentally than I am if
Well,
No,
I
it
think
obviously helps chemically as well inside your body. It's not just like something that just randomly fuels you.
100%.
I don't think food is for everyone, though. So this is where my first story comes in.
Go on.
So I have a budget of like $10, $15 every day for lunch at work.
Yeah.
And I like to keep changing my food. What I like.
As
what
in you get it from lunch or?
no, as in like
so you get from
like
lunch?
this is just my own budget.
right,
like
right.
I don't want to spend more than that.
That's fair.
So it's like $10 to $12 is my sweet spot.
Yeah.
Now my colleagues eat the same thing every single day, like wraps, salads,
Yeah.
whatever.
Boring,
like
right?
that exactly.
Boring.
For me, I have to change it.
Yeah.
Literally, if I'm going Macca's, I would eat like maybe add pickles, add extra salt, take sauces off.
Yeah.
Just can't eat the same thing every single day.
Okay.
But today, this particular night, we had this work meeting for the other company, and we were like, I wanted to not look chubby in face, so I wanted to restrict my carbs.
Right. So you thought that the meal at lunch would affect how you looked at night.
I mean, not entirely, but I was just like, I've been like
That
drinking-
ultra quick cut.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought maybe just today I will just have a frozen Coke Zero during my break, and I'll just go for a walk.
Yeah.
But then I still had $10 that I want to spend for my
Right.
day.
So you still had a fair
So,
amount.
yeah, so I was gonna go to Vineyard Station because they have a Macca's underneath.
They do.
So on my way there, I see this guy who's selling a magazine, and he looked kind of like poorish. I mean, no, like yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey bro, I don't have any cash, but if you want to eat something, I'll get you something. He was like, yo, this is so nice of you.
Yeah.
And he's like, surprised me.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, I'll get him a Big Mac.
Yeah.
This is towards the intersection between George Street and
Yeah.
Martin Place.
My place.
Yeah, so it's like this guy is stationed there,
Yeah.
and then I go towards the Vineyard Station, and there's another guy. He looked equally hungry and whatever,
Right.
and I was like, I'll get you something to eat.
Yeah.
So I can get 2 Big Macs and a frozen Coke under $10, $11, and I was like, this is easy. Us
Yeah.
still
You
would
can do
cover, and then I'll go for a walk. So I get 2 Big Macs, my stuff. I'm drinking my drink. I just give the bag to the first guy, and he says, I don't need Big Macs. I'm like, what the hell?
that. I don't eat Big Macs to the first guy. Bro,
Like,
what?
If he said like I was vegan, vegetarian, whatever, I'm like, fair enough.
Fair
like,
enough.
yo. But he says I don't need Big Macs. I'm like,
Oh my god! Wait, is he homeless?
But did
or-
he say why?
Yeah. No, nothing.
just say he
bro.
doesn't
Not
need Big
exactly. And I was preoccupied with my own thoughts. I was not gonna question him, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, no worries. I just took the 2 bags. I gave it to the other guy, and they were in eye vision.
Yeah.
And as soon as I looked back, he was looking at me.
Yeah. Fair enough. What the hell? That's so. What? Imagine saying to someone, "Yeah, like please get me food," and then you get.
No, I
the
mean,
food.
to be honest, he didn't ask me.
Well,
for
no,
it,
but like you
yeah.
said, he
Yeah.
could have in the meantime be like, "Oh no, like if it's okay with you, can we get something else?"
Yeah. So that was like biggest gun we choose regarding
Yeah.
food.
Can you in that situation? I know none of us are in that, like thankfully, but in that situation, can you tell people that you prefer to eat one food over another?
I think.
I mean, genuine health concerns, yes,
Yeah.
but
like
to
if
the
you're
point where you're,
allergic to something.
but to the point
No,
where
no,
you're,
he- well, no,
like,
like
but to the point,
overweightness and-
yeah, but to the point where you're homeless and you're not really getting the nutrition you need, I'd assume.
Because Max
I don't
is still
think you can really
nutritious.
be
No matter what you say, it's
yeah.
still nutritious.
Like food is food.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
It's still fuel.
Yeah.
It's that mental fuel as well, man. You have Macca's. Ooh,
Mm.
ooh,
Right? We're
right.
begging like crazy on
That
the
will
streets.
that
bro.
will that will keep you warm in Wynyard as well, and Wynyard's terrible. But that's crazy. That's actually crazy. I don't know if I could ever like be a picky eater like that. Unless I don't know
Unless you're vegan.
Unless you're vegan, you have to be a picky eater.
I mean, like vegans, like they can't enjoy normal food.
Yeah. What kind of foods can they enjoy?
I reckon if you're a vegan, you're just testing waters to come out in front of your family. Honestly, like hey, let's say if I want to come out of a family and I don't want to see, I want to suss out their feelings. I'll be like, yo, I'm vegan.
Honestly, that's a really good point.
It's a precursor to testimony.
Yeah, exactly. So,
oh my god.
Look, I was my answer to this, you know, my contribution to this topic is going to sound very homophobic now, but
Oh god.
I wanted to say, like, I've never had an issue with vegans, but that's primarily because, like, anytime a vegan comes and, you know, their type is like, I don't really like their type is, you know, they're very social justice. You get offended by anything, and like that.
I don't think
that
so.
sort of person, and like I
That's
just don't hang
outrageous.
out with that crowd. When someone's that type of crowd,
Yeah.
the way I am as a person is I don't care. Like not that I don't care. Sorry, like I don't mean to offend anyone, but nothing I say is trying to be offensive.
Right.
And so if they get offended, then I'm just not going to hang out with them because
How is this homophobic?
he said that vegans are gay people essentially.
I didn't say that.
And I'm not trying to come out and say I don't hang out with gay people.
You guys are outrageous.
I have gay friends.
No, but I feel like a lot of the people that you know that are vegans, you might not necessarily know, or vegetarians, you wouldn't necessarily know, because a lot of the time they don't necessarily make a big fuss out of it. Like I agree, if someone's trying to force something down your throat, like, oh, I'm vegan, you should be vegan too.
Bro,
then it's
it
just
wasn't
like,
that deep. I just was making a funny joke, but I can't agree.
bro, you sting me. Anyways, yeah. So like a question based around that is like, what are like you knowing that we aren't picky eaters and knowing that we're able to go buy what we want, just as us three being young, like men who are working as well. We've got some bread in our pockets now. Finally, what are some of the good food?
Yourself.
Nah, you got some money, bro. You got $15 a day.
$12.
Oh, what's
This
changed now? So, what are some of the best food places that you've been to? And yeah, just tell me around in Sydney.
I'll tell you.
Go on.
Macca's Auburn.
Macca's Auburn. Why?
Yeah. Bro, listen to me, bro. Think of it this way, right? If you could only go to America once,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In a blue moon,
Yeah.
you'd go to the best fast food chain there was, right?
Or no, I'd probably go to like an American barbecue place.
What? Okay,
As if you wouldn't go to the one thing that you can't get back home.
that's what I'm trying to say. So Auburn is my only place essentially to get Macca's, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
the
it.
fact that I can't go there every day or every second day, like I can
Yeah.
only go whenever I can, it makes it all the more special.
Yeah. So you can order anything you want at Auburn Macca's.
Pretty sure. I don't
Mostly.
think they have bacon or anything.
They do have it.
They do have bacon, but like it's separate.
But like, yeah,
separate
pretty
stuff.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
But I definitely like it's not up there. You can have a porter more than you can have.
Nah,
Nah,
but
Porter's shot, bro. I'd rather
You're
have-
outrageous. A porter is 100% better.
Porter's chat.
I feel like you're the biggest porter jockey.
I do like a porter,
Yeah.
but it's chat.
There's a GYG as well right next to it.
No, I hate GYG.
Oh man, I hate these people.
But I get like my allergies from GYG.
What allergies?
Like I've told you this a million times, and you always ask this question, bro. It's like you don't even know me. It's like we're distant.
It's almost like you just don't show up to this anymore.
It's like you just don't understand my feelings.
I hope I
Anyways,
don't.
what
I hate these
allergies
social
do you have?
justice people who talk
Can
about
you
the
sense my
feelings.
sexual tension?
What? What?
I'm gonna pull down my pants right now.
You need to, this is outrageous. It's out of order. This is what happens when the Suns win one series. You don't know how to act.
What do you reckon is the best place?
The best place?
Yeah.
I'm bougie, man. I my favorite restaurant right now is Esteban. It's this Mexican place in the city. Pretty expensive, but I went there.
I knew as soon as
I went there for my
was
grad
your
dinner.
hands.
Man, it's mad. Okay. Other than that, Nando's, 100%.
Good for enough.
Nando's the best fast food out of all of them. Not even a question. Not even a question.
And now I think there is a question.
Go on.
KFC is better, bro.
KFC, bro. KFC.
KFC can do both. Nando's can do only grilled. KFC can do grilled and deep fried.
When are you? Where is KFC's grilled?
It's in salads.
Bullshit. Read the name of
No.
KFC.
No.
Kentucky what chicken?
Fried chicken.
Yeah, go on.
But see, that is how
Fried
it
and grilled chicken.
Nah, they show diversity. They show a depth of character. Fried chicken, grilled chicken. Get a wrap. They do have.
All right. Okay, I think that's enough for the first segment. We'll catch you guys back in the second segment.
Zoop.
See ya. Welcome back to the second segment. Today we're going to be talking about 3 different articles that I found. They're all current news around the world, but a bit of different spin. Nothing like your crazy serious stories. First, let's start off with this lady in America. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this, but this lady in America went into her daughter's school, like middle school, posing as her 13-year-old daughter to show how bad the school security is.
And she was 30.
And she's 30 years old, right? So she's a 30-year-old woman. She goes into her daughter's school dressed as her 13-year-old daughter just to show how far she can get. So she posted this all on social media. So I'll give you a couple bits of information about it, and then we'll chat about it. Basically, her name is Casey Garcia. She's 30 years old, and she was arrested for trespassing at a middle school in El Paso. I think that's out west, but I could be wrong. Either way, so the thing is, the thing about this is that schools in America are always mufti, which is like they can wear whatever they want all the time. And so it's super easy to blend in. And right now in America, you have to wear a mask almost everywhere you go.
So they don't have any uniforms throughout America?
Oh, only at private schools. And even then, like pretty rare. But no uniforms at all. Like they don't have that. It's just whatever you want to wear, you wear to school. And so that's why it's super easy to kind of get away with it, right? Because you got that, and then you got a mask that you wear all the time because of COVID. Because COVID in America is a joke. And at that point, you're pretty much like 99% covered.
Yeah, you're right. It is a joke.
You need to, you watch yourself. Anyway, so she posted this all on YouTube and social media about her whole experience, and she only got caught out in her last class when she took her mask off to eat in class, and the last teacher was like, that's a little sus. You don't look like a 13-year-old child. You look like a 30-year-old woman. And then she got kicked out and arrested, put in jail for, I think, 7 hours. But how crazy is that?
Can I add to this?
Go on.
So get this right. In my year 11 and 12, I went to school in Canberra.
Yeah.
We had mufti too.
Yeah.
No uniform, no nothing, yeah.
Wait,
And
mufti all the time?
Yeah.
What the hell, Canberra?
Yeah. It sucked because I always dressed homeless.
Yeah. I mean, look at you right now.
Look, I'm the type of guy that always wear trackies and a hoodie no matter what the circumstance.
I can see.
So he wore a trackie and a hoodie.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
Okay, no.
Sorry, no hoodie, but like a...
No, you
It
basically wore
wasn't
that.
trackies.
It was trackies.
It was not trackies.
Trackies and a hoodie.
No.
Bro, you didn't even shave your beard.
What?
That's kind of outrageous, right?
Alright, anyways,
Why
back
you hate
to
Muslims
it.
now?
Yeah,
Go
me
on.
too, man.
Go on.
Yeah, so my point was, I actually brought one of my friends from Sydney to my school in Canberra, and we walked around the campus, and obviously no one could tell he wasn't from the school.
Because you're just in mufti.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's the whole thing about security. I think that's the thing, like the good thing in Australia at least is that you can tell if someone's not part of the school
Yeah.
pretty much immediately. Obviously, the mask is a huge factor. But even without the mask situation, we have uniforms everywhere. I don't think there was a single school in New South Wales. Maybe there is, but that I knew of that didn't have uniform like all the time.
Yeah.
My school in particular had no mufti days, and we had to convince our principal once to give us a half mufti day, which is like you could wear one bit of clothing at your upper body that wasn't school uniform, which is dumb as hell. But anyways, yeah. So this basically the whole thing, the whole reason we're talking about it is because the only reason she got away with it is because of mufti. So my question is, should everywhere go into this idea of wearing whatever you want? I'm talking about schools, companies, like social settings, whatever. Like, should you be able to wear whatever you want, wherever you want?
No, not at all. Like there should be some kind of decency about.
What do you mean?
So I had this colleague, and we were working with Buildcorp, which is like one of the biggest companies for construction in this particular.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the associates that was presenting, he was wearing a Disney T-shirt with Mickey Mouse on it.
Oh God.
So it was like, he didn't plan to actually have a meeting because on Fridays we are pretty chill.
Yeah.
But then.
Wait, is he an Anthony Davis fan?
Stop, bro. He won't even understand that. None of our listeners would understand this.
I'll get a laugh out of it.
Shut the hell up. Go.
No, you got it.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, so after that, we kind of like, we could kind of change the policy. Like, it has to be something black is the most you can get off without
What do you
like
mean?
wearing like a black shirt.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it was a Friday then. He didn't know he was going to have a meeting. So they can't expect him to...
No, we can't expect. But even like, you never know. Like, so you'd rather be not wearing a Mickey Mouse clothes.
Yeah.
Than,
Yeah, no, I get that. But it also comes to the thing, like in organizations at least, separate from schools, that like people might be a little bit more comfortable / productive if they're in their own like clothes. But I kind of feel like it's weird sometimes because at work, I only started my job recently, and I wear our policy is wear what you feel comfortable in. Sorry, dress for your day, which is like wear what you feel comfortable in. If you know you're seeing clients, you got to dress nice. If you're not, then you can dress whatever's comfortable to an extent. And I go in and because I'm young and I'm early, I dress more on like the more formal side because I just want to do that. I'm not that relaxed yet. But I go into work one day. There's a guy who's maybe 1 year older than me, sits on the other side of the table to me, full soccer outfit, including the socks and the cleats. Dead ass, I'm not even kidding you. Like the cleats as well. And he's walking around in that all day. He's just got files and he's going back to his laptop. And I'm looking at him, I'm so confused. I'm genuinely so confused.
Did you ask him why?
No, so I asked my mate, and both of us were looking at each other. And we like didn't know if he was the senior manager or anything. Like, I'm not going to be like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you wearing that, right? So then we talked to a different person, like a different manager that we were comfortable with. And we're like, what is he doing? So she goes and finds out. Turns out he has a soccer game that night, but he just didn't want to carry all of his stuff.
But like, okay, I can justify everything. Cleats were too far.
The cleats. I was like, that's not even comfortable. Just change your shoes later. But like the cleats, I was like, that's just so dumb.
Bro, it would literally ruin them more than actually.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, bro, you're walking on an office floor with cleats on, and this is like level 17 of our building. He's not somewhere like small, like next to the ground. He's up there, just walking around in cleats, doing his whole work. I was like, bro, this is outrageous.
Man, my respect has gone to the moon for this guy.
No, that's dumb. Because
that's confidence.
Nah, man.
That is confidence.
That is confidence. That is confidence.
That's either like a really high confidence, or you want to get fired.
Yeah. What about you? Do you reckon all places should go mufti, or should they keep it?
It depends, man. Like I'm at a front facing desk at my work, so I deal with like people that come in all the time. So I want to at least seem semi presentable, but I do wear my hoodies in winter, and my supervisor will be like, "Oh, you're wearing a hoodie today." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." I kept wearing hoodies for like a month, and I'm like, man, this is bad. I should start dressing a bit more nicely. But I get like one of the bosses from another team. He literally comes in like pretty much like just jeans, but like worn out jeans and like a sweatshirt hoodie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that is a life.
Yeah, jeez. That's gonna be good. I feel like if you're confident enough to do it, you can just do whatever
like,
you want.
I feel like if you're not dealing with clients, just wear whatever you're comfortable.
Yeah.
in.
But there's also that aspect, like especially if I was going somewhere and I needed to see someone like who's in charge or something, right? So say I was walking into a building and I needed to see security or something like that. If everyone's just dressed in like random clothes, how am I supposed to tell the difference between anyone, right? If someone's sitting behind a security desk wearing a t-shirt and flip-flops, I'm like, hell no, you ain't security. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I know this is cap. Yeah. But like, if that's what it is, that's what it is, you know?
But this does beg a question of security in schools. So.
Yeah, it does.
Do you reckon we should give teachers guns?
This is America, bro. America on a nutshell. They thought so. America has school shootings left, right, and center. That's no that's no secret to anyone in the world. I feel like everyone knows this at this point. The way that some people, I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but some people were justifying. Sorry, like
You
White
can name
people.
them, bro. They wouldn't listen.
some
to
right
this.
wingers, bro, were rationalizing on how to deal with this. They were like, oh, well, in that situation, obviously the best thing to do is if there's school shooters, you give the teachers guns.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that in case of school shooters come, the teachers can kill this.
But
the
what
shooters.
about the black students then?
Bro, just This outrageous.
They'd get this impulse, wouldn't they? Like, you know, headshots.
Wait, no. This is absolutely
Get straight.
outrageous.
No, he makes a good point.
No.
What's the difference between a street and a classroom? You tell me.
Oh my god.
What if they're out of their Xbox Live membership and they want to play Warzone? Hey, I want my kill streak now.
No.
Do you guys have a problem right now with connecting to code? Like, it would not let me get in to lobbies.
Okay, so what are you going to do now instead?
Talk about it on the podcast.
No, he's going to go to a school. No, it's outrageous. Either way, that's literally how they decided to do it. But like, let's be real. A lot of teachers in America are just not well equipped to do a lot of things. Like, they're just not.
I don't think teachers should be equipped to be shooting guns anyway.
No one should be equipped to shooting guns. Most people shouldn't be. Like, I feel like majority of the population of the entire world are not like trained or well, like smart enough to know what to do with guns. Either way, with the gun violence and all the threats, like tying into that, with the gun violence and all the threats all over US schools, did this lady have a point in what she was doing? Like, in the fact that she was showing how easy it was to get away with all of this. Because like, if she wanted to, she could literally just take a gun with her, go in, and it like kill everyone before realizing it wasn't actually a student killing everyone. Like, does she have a point? Like,
She had a point, but like, she should not be doing it regardless.
But then how else would they point it out? Because like security was so lax at that point about the whole like, are you wearing a mask? You're wearing mufti. You can literally get in. No one's doing any checks. How crazy
Like,
is
it's a
that?
good point. Like, I have a similar situation where my older brother, who was a computer whiz in high school, when all the DET laptops for New South Wales came out and they gave them to Year 9 and stuff, He was one of the first to actually hack them.
Yeah.
And so he actually got suspended, but he went to his principal and said, I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah. It's so fair though.
Yeah,
I'm pointing out your flaws.
Yeah, exactly.
This sounds like a young Mark Zuckerberg, bro. Crazy. But I feel like it is. Like, you got to point out the flaws by actually exploiting them. Otherwise, people are not going to take him as seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if you say, oh, anyone can get to their schools, they're like, no, our systems are fine.
Well,
but
that's why I think 9/11 was a good thing.
bro,
To be honest,
what?
he has a point.
Oh my God. This is literally the only time where I miss A-Bob in this, because he knows how to keep you guys correct. With me, I don't know. It's outrageous. Anyways, tying on to that, and hopefully a little bit more of a tamer answer from you two. But if you could sneak into anywhere, similar to how this lady did, but or maybe in your own ways, where would you try and sneak into?
Game 7, Suns, Nets. I'll do a nudie run.
Stop. Bold of you to assume that the Suns and Nets are going to face each other, and the fact that the Suns are going to take it to 7. But no, this is a dead answer. Game 7. Oh my God. You could sneak anywhere into the world. Anywhere. Any organization, anything like that. It could be fun. It'd be cool. It'd be anything. What do you reckon?
What do you reckon?
I don't know. I feel like if I could sneak into anywhere, I'd probably go some like high level underground shit. Like some like European
Area 51
billionaires.
shit, bro, I feel you.
Bro, I
Nah,
wanna
screw
go-
that. I want like some bullshit billionaires like conversations in like some underground bunker in like some European casino that no one knows about. Some random shit like that where it's just like it's so underground that no one knows anything about it.
This kid's a nerd.
You got the glasses.
Nah, nerd was my answer. I was gonna say Area 51, but like
Area,
actually,
Area 51 has to be a joke.
Yeah, I think it's a scam.
It has to be a joke.
Please, next one.
To an extent. Anyway, so the last story that we're going to go through just quickly is there was a mum in America and she caught her husband cheating, but in a twist, it was her husband cheating with her son.
yo, could be worse. I read the same story.
Yeah.
But it says stepson.
Step. Just that. I mean, that seems pretty common. Anyway, so I'll give you a bit of news about it. 7 News Sydney, right? So 7 News, pretty common, normal news broadcaster in Sydney. They posted an article about a 47-year-old mum being worried that a 34-year-old husband was cheating on her, and so she talked to her mates about it, and her mates convinced her to put a camera up in her house to see whether or not he was actually cheating. And the reason that she thought he was cheating is because apparently he wasn't being affectionate towards her a lot, and he wasn't having sex with her. And apparently she said that they would normally do it like 2-3 times a week. That wasn't happening anymore, and something must be off. And so she put the camera up. And so she does catch him cheating, but then what she finds is that her 25-year-old son was making out with her 34-year-old husband. She called him out.
What? 25-year-old son?
Yeah.
Wait, was it a stepson?
No, I'm assuming the husband is like
Stepdad.
stepdad.
Yeah, stepson. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Stepson for the kid. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry,
I'm
continue.
assuming. There's no information about the relation. Like,
Nah, so the mum and son are biologically related.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, I
dad's
got
are-
you.
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Anyway, so she called him out and she was like, yo, what the hell's going on? He didn't want to take anything, just hung up. Then she starts getting like all frustrated and stuff, tries to call her son as well, saying, get the hell out of my house, get the hell out of my house. And they're not picking up. And so then when she gets home, all of their stuff was gone and his wedding ring was just on the nightstand. And she's like, what the
Damn.
hell is all this? How
That's
outrageous
tough.
is that?
That's tough. Fire emoji, fire emoji.
Legit, man. Can you imagine finding out that you're getting cheated on by a family member?
That's like my friend who like found out that like her boyfriend broke up with her because he was gay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the same at all.
it is.
But
Just a shock, you know. It happened to me.
but okay, so
Imagine how bad would he be to turn someone gay, bro?
but you don't turn someone gay. It's not a choice.
No.
Bro, stop. You guys are going to cancel yourselves and this podcast before anything else happens. It's not a choice.
Oh, we gotta protect Dor. Don't forget.
No, it's not. Listen, it's about the right. Oh, God, you guys are outrageous.
I just
man.
want to say
He does
and
not have a
clarify
choice.
that Dort does not have a choice in our words or what we say.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And he does
Anyways.
not endorse what we say.
Thank you. I appreciate that too. Anyways, so
Dord has some stuff that he said to me, which I will bring it up later in the podcast.
have I?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
think you sent me an apology letter too about it.
Oh, I
But
did.
you ended up saying it, so I will, that's ingrained.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
He said the big word, brother.
What? Let's relax here. Anyways, the twist to all of this was that it's actually a Reddit post, and 7 News got all of this information from Reddit. and decided to make it into a story with no verification whether or not that Reddit story was real
Jesus.
because it's Reddit.
That's media for you, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
that's media for you.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm going to ask you a question based on that. Is Reddit a reliable source of information?
Oh, I got a great, reliable source of information from Reddit.
Go and tell me.
This is actually the funniest story you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
All right. So about 8 years ago, maybe 7-8 years ago, when I started using Reddit or whatever, there was this really popular story that would always get brought up on Reddit.
Yeah.
And if you're on Reddit back then, you'd 100% hear of it. So apparently there was this kid, right?
Yeah.
And this kid broke his arm, and so he obviously had to do the dirty with his left arm,
Yeah.
right? And then he goes on and he breaks his left arm.
Oh God, what does he do now?
You tell me what magic he has to do to, do the dirty. So,
Adopt a religion.
he doesn't do anything. His mum comes and
Oh.
offers to do it for him.
Bro, stop.
No, seriously.
Oh,
His mum becomes a regular thing, and they do more and more and more, and gradually they're just doing it.
This is surely not a Reddit story.
This is a Reddit story.
This
This is one of the most popular Reddit stories in the history of Reddit.
Oh my God. Surely, at this point, Reddit has to be just a place where people just create shit up just to get like those extra likes and stuff.
Look, the detail in the story just makes it hilarious that even if it was created, the
yeah,
amount of
it's-
detail that goes into it is just freaking hilarious.
Bro, they're storytellers at this point. Like pure fiction, but stories are funny. Oh God. But like that kind of like that shows you the state of like news today and how it's so like random and unreliable. Like you never expect 7 News to post something like that. At least you wouldn't expect a big bulge.
I mean, I know for a fact that there was a comedian. His name's Lewis Spears, or he goes by Nebs. He used to go by Nebs back in the day, and he actually went on a current affair and created this whole story.
Yeah.
They took the bait. They just ate that shit up, released the story,
Yeah.
and then he released a YouTube video, a week later, and he just just completely exposed the shit out of them, saying everything he did was fake and they did not fact check anything, none of that. And
So what happens now? So many news outlets will base like the pure factualness of a story if another news outlet has posted it. So if they do it, they just reword the other article. So they just comes into this massive snowball effect where they all just get posted. Like, it's crazy with the whole verification thing. And like going back to the first story with the security thing. Do you remember the Chaser thing that happened in like the World Summit in Australia?
What's
So
Chaser?
do you guys remember the Chaser group in Australia?
I know them,
The comedy group, they're the
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
If you don't know them, 100% you got to watch all their old stuff. So it was the APAC summit or something in Australia where all the diplomatic leads of all the countries are coming down to Australia to talk about everything. And so the Chasers wanted to do something funny. So I think it was happening in Sydney where they were all meeting up and they were going to have their conversations at the convention center or whatever. And so the Chasers decided that they were going to hire out a a limousine, stretch limo, like all the other diplomats are going in, put flags at the front, and then sit in the car and see how far they got. And they went through all of the securities because they weren't checking. They weren't checking anything, right? So they got through all of the security checks through everything. And when they decided to come out of the car because they were like, we've gone way too far, we didn't plan for this. They came out of the car and guess what they were dressed as? Osama bin Laden. It was the funniest thing to happen because this is the first time Australia hosted a global convention of that level. The whole world is looking at us and we take the absolute piss out of it when we come out dressed as Osama bin Laden. Security's
shit.
going mental. Like, what the hell did we just do? Everyone in Australia is just laughing. Like, they were arrested on the spot and then they were released later on. And then they have a TV show like, bro, you have to watch it. That's the funniest thing, bro. It's actually stupidly funny. We should honestly talk about the Chaser in another podcast because they have some hilarious stories.
We'll cover that.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's enough for the second segment. We'll come back in the last segment to talk about the questions that you guys have sent in. See ya.
Zoop.
Welcome back to the last segment. It's called Questions from the Inner Circle, where you guys send questions on all of our media platforms for us to answer. We highly suggest that you guys check out our Instagram and our Twitter, send in questions at any time. But also, we've got questions today from 2 other people. Well, from multiple others, but we only chose 2. No, only 2 people sent them in. But doesn't matter. Our following is growing. So the first question we have is from a guy named T. So the question is, I have a friend who got married almost 2 years ago. Ever since then, he stopped hanging out with us and our group of friends. I've asked him several times, point blank, why he doesn't hang with us. Never gave it a straight answer. I stopped replying to his messages and snaps. He is obsessed with coming to my wedding and has been talking about it for over a year. Thoughts?
Where do we start?
Yeah, legit.
I feel so unqualified answering this question.
Yeah.
But I have always have my opinion. So
Go on, what's your opinion?
I think does someone have a stronger opinion? Because I can chime in.
Okay.
All right, like I'm happy to take this one.
Yeah.
All right, look, I always have a rule
Yeah.
that you give other people the benefit of the doubt,
Right.
right? This guy could be going through who knows what. He could be battling mental health issues. He could be, maybe his relationship didn't start as how he wanted it,
Yeah.
and he's trying to fix his relationship before he keeps with his boys or whatever, because he knows the boys will always be there, right?
Yeah.
So I always give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But if it's been 2 years, bro, you
Yeah.
just cut that shit off and run away.
You cut that tie.
You cut that shit off and run away.
Damn, even if he's coming back into your life.
If he puts no effort whatsoever.
But you literally just said, what if he's going through mental health
Yeah,
stuff?
but okay, over 2 years.
That,
and he
but
shows
like most people don't get
wait,
mental health ain't some time
listen,
situation.
Listen. Over 2 years, and the only thing he ever shows of ever wanting to hang out is, bro, make sure you invite me to your wedding.
Maybe that's his way to get back into the situation where you can meet all your mates at the same time.
So let's say over 2 years,
Yeah.
you've invited him out 10 times, he's rejected you every single time without a proper reason.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do?
No, I'm on the same
Are you going
page
to keep
as you,
inviting him?
Yeah, I wouldn't. At that point, it's just like if he's in a bad situation, I'll try and reach out to them, and say like,
Which I'm sure T has.
yeah.
I mean, they have a group of friends, right? And
Right,
this
so
guy's
T
just
has a
slipped
group
out.
of friends that this person has just slipped out for the last 2 years, but hasn't given anyone a straight answer. But now he's obsessed with coming back
To a wedding, which is
the
weird.
wedding. Yeah, maybe the reason why he was your friend in the first place is more so for the big events of the view that you kind of get from those big
Yes,
events.
bro. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be a friend just to get invited to your wedding, though.
But like,
But like a lot of people do really enjoy weddings, like the idea of someone getting like married. A lot of people are going to be there. It's going to be like a whole like talked about event. It's going to be a social thing.
but I think what we're completely neglecting is the fact that maybe he's obviously got married to his wife, and maybe his wife is pulling him
Are
away.
you sure?
What do you mean?
Of course he got married. Why are you
No, but I'm
clarifying
saying
that?
no one's mentioned the fact that
Oh,
maybe
that-
his wife is the reason that he hasn't. Like, it's not him personally.
As
that
in
wants
for T.
No, I think people change to
Yeah,
themselves.
no, for
him
did he
being
give him a
distant,
name? No.
like his wife.
Oh right.
But
Yeah,
thing
for
is,
his
like,
friend.
Yeah.
If you're 25, well, I don't know how old he was when he got married, but let's say he's 23, 24 back then. Was he?
Well, who
And-
cares? Yeah, go on.
And he has got like family commitments. You want to be on top of your career.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday is obviously taken off. You want to hang out with your colleagues, maybe on Friday night.
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday is something you spend for your family.
Yeah.
And now this is because I'm working full time right now with uni and stuff. Only Saturday, Sunday are days which I can actually put use to my time. Now you want to spend time with your like missus or whatever, obviously, because then your family. So like
I get that.
They have different.
I get that. Like
That's that's understandable. But if you're telling me you can't make time for a group of friends you've been friends with for 2-3 years at the minimum, assuming
yeah, you
they're in a
need
group.
to change your priorities.
Exactly.
I hate the argument, and this is assuming that like nothing negative is going on in his life. But I hate the argument where people are like, oh, I just don't have time for it. Like if it's important enough for you, trust me, you'll be able to make
Exactly.
time.
That's why you don't work on today's podcast, eh?
Yeah, that's because it's
Why
not
you don't
important
care
enough to
about
me.
it?
Yeah,
No, but
it's
honestly,
like,
like-
it's like how much you prep for all the other ones,
Bro.
because you don't.
I think I'm good enough to carry it anyway.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, but
No, I
honestly,
disagree with that.
because I've moved to so many different parts of Sydney, I have like so many different groups of friends, and like, given I hang out with obviously 1 or 2 groups of friends on the regular, but that third group I might see once a month, but I
Yeah.
still make time to see them at the end of the day.
Yeah,
And if this person who's your friend T, ghosts you for 2 years essentially, and the only time he ever talks to you is to talk about when he wants to come to your wedding or whatever, like what's the
Bro.
point of a friendship at that point?
I agree.
I don't know, cause like for me, sometimes I don't feel like what should I talk about. With you guys, I can literally send you stuff that I see online. But I have friends from my previous jobs. I have friends like I work
Yeah,
with
it's
many
hard
people.
to like have that.
Like how do you
flowing
continue this? Because we
conversation.
used to play cricket together. We could talk about cricket, but now it's been 3 years since we play cricket together. But they do come to my restaurant, which and like if they come and I'm at the same time, I'll just greet them like a brother. But like sometimes, obviously, they realize I'm not gonna be here all the time. So if I run into them, I'll run into them like we were friends. But now they have been in a different place. They have their own struggles. I'm trying to do my own thing. So you can still not be talking to someone, not respond. Obviously, if the guy was flaking and didn't want to interact, you guys
Yeah.
would know
Yeah.
better. But like for me, honestly, I haven't kept in touch with my previous colleagues, and I used to spend like 40 hours a week with them.
Right.
But now, if I would still consider them friends. I hope they still do the same thing to me.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with not meeting them again ever. So
I get that. I think I'm in the same boat as you. But just based on like from what T is asking, what would be our advice to him in this situation, or him or her, sorry, in this situation, about that friend?
Save money, don't invite them, but don't just be like, this is not my friend anymore. You never know what happened.
Yeah, make it a financial decision. I
Yeah, I
think.
think that would be
Yeah, be like, oh, sorry, man. Like, I just
That's
can't
how you
afford
just
it.
COVID cut my expenses.
No hard feelings.
No
Just wanna
hard
save some money,
feelings. Yeah. I mean, that's fair enough. I reckon, yeah, in that situation, if he hasn't, like, there's no reason to invite people to your wedding that you're not actually close to, because it's your wedding. It's your special day. Make sure it's just surrounded by the people you like. Anyways, moving on to the next question. It was sent by a non-12, or as A Bob says, anon. Younger cousins are all addicted to cringy and sexualized TikTok. I worry about the future for them, but should I be doing anything about this situation?
I feel like I wrote this question, man.
What, your younger cousins are addicted to sexualized and cringy TikToks?
Not entirely. They're addicted to TikTok, though my sisters are. Like one of my younger sisters is. So my exposure to TikTok is through literally one of my friends. I'm
Right.
not gonna name him.
Yeah.
But I was on the way back from uni, and I was just searching his TikTok out,
Right.
and it was kind of fun what I saw.
Yeah.
But
No, I can't even cap though. Even
Nah.
though I'm not huge on the TikTok thing, and I think the reason why I hate TikTok is because of all the dances. And
I was talking about dances, bro. Like this.
Oh, you like the dances?
I was
I'm not here for that.
So,
But
so we were just going through it, and it was like, he was like, bro, like, just, like he's showing some
yeah.
rather
Okay.
whatever stuff.
Okay.
But now the same platform is exposed to my sisters, my cousins,
Yeah.
which are 12 to like
Yeah,
from
yeah.
9 to 18.
Super
so it's
young,
like such-
sexualized. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, when we were young, we were exposed to pretty sexualized stuff too. Maybe not the same level, like
what?
I don't know. I feel like TV shows and cartoons and things
Not
like
for me,
that.
man.
Oh, that's sexualized.
Not
no.
yeah, not to the extent of what it is today, but like the cringiness is not something that I feel like we can attest to, because every generation is going to find something cringy that the older generation did as well as the younger generation did. Because when we were young, we did shit that I'm sure the older generation like, what the hell are you guys
Yeah,
doing?
but I think the problem with TikTok is that because there are a lot of older generation people on there as well as the younger generation,
Yeah.
where the older generation are comfortable showing their bodies and whatnot, and showing them
What do you mean?
like
the older
sexualizing
generation?
themselves essentially.
I don't know. I feel like dancing is not
mid-20s.
sexualization.
Not necessarily. No, I'm not just talking about straight dancing, but there's other stuff that is on TikTok and stuff.
Oh yeah, I
And-
kind of attest to that.
And like even
it's
if some of
messed
the
up.
dances are in Dort's terms outrageous, right? Like I'm sure I'll show you
Can you
after,
do
bro.
outrageous?
I listen.
Can you do outrageous like?
But,
They're
but all I'm
outrageous.
saying is like the younger generation looks at that and all of a sudden they think it's a bit more okay, and it becomes more.
Well, maybe they come to the idea where it's just maybe we don't need to sexualize this, and maybe it's
Maybe or
just
maybe not, but they're still exposed to that. Stuff.
either way. It's fair enough. I get like there's an exposure to a lot of things that are just very different to how we were growing up with it, right? So it's crazy. There's a lot out there. There's a lot that you're getting involved with the TikTok. So in this situation, I don't think you should really do anything. I think more so like
Just tell their parents, like, this
No.
is what, nah. Why
reckon
not?
tell
I
the
beg
parents
to
no.
differ, bro. Like if I was a parent and this was my son,
Yeah.
I would be like, yo, like no more TikTok.
Yeah,
You can use
maybe.
any other social platform, but if this is what's coming
But
up
you
on your
also,
TikTok,
but I feel like if you do something like that and you take away what like a lot of their mates might be also getting exposed to in terms of like just their ability to interact with other people, then you might be affecting them in multiple ways
Bro,
more
it's
than
not
just.
That's
Chrome,
true, but it's
not
about
YouTube,
also
it's TikTok,
setting-
bro,
it's-
like-
But still though,
but
like
it's
you see
also-
how many of these kids just like that, like their chats and their conversations and their followings might all be around
I don't
TikTok.
know.
but it's
for
also
kids,
it's
but-
like
Yeah.
but it's also about just setting a boundary as
My
well.
mind's
Yeah.
telling me no.
Bro, you stop with your R. Kelly jokes, bro. Every episode.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So I think in this situation, just like if it was up to me, I would probably just leave it and maybe talk to them about what they are actually watching. If you find it's a little bit too much, the cringy part, that's never going to be a thing because everyone's always going to find shit cringy. But in this situation, it's one of those things you got to let it ride. And if their actions start changing, then you might actually talk to them. Either way, that's it from us today. Thank you guys for listening. As always, you can catch us on all the places that A-Bob normally says. So hopefully you guys listen to the other episodes and see.
You can listen on Spotify.
Yeah, that's the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, the whole shebang. All right, guys. Thank you. Good night.
Love you. Bye.